This wasn't the video that was gonna go out today. Today was gonna be like a silly little, like, obviously the day it comes out themed, like skit kind of thing. But I don't want to post that, to be quite honest with you, because specifically in the United States, there's a lot of pretending like things aren't happening in the world. And I just felt like today posting that video would be doing the same thing, because for anybody who doesn't know, which I don't know how you would be here and not know, because I've been talking about it in videos and putting up infographics and everything. But for anybody who doesn't know, Palestine, specifically Gaza, but Palestine, everybody's calling it a fucking war. You'll probably see in like most news outlets and everything, it's like war, like war on Gaza, anything like that. It's not a war, because Palestine does not have an army. Israel, the state of Israel, is actively performing a genocide. I don't know what other way to phrase that, but the state of Israel is actively performing a genocide on Palestinian land and on the Palestinian people, destroying the Gaza Strip, like just committing horrible atrocities. And specifically this past Sunday, I believe it was the 11th. Yeah, it was the 11th. Super Bowl Sunday. You know, everybody knows Super Bowl Sunday. But what's been happening in Palestine and Gaza is, while Israel has been invading and bombing and sniping and killing and just committing like horrific atrocities, they have told Palestinians to move south. Get out of Gaza, get out of northern Gaza, get out of northern Palestine, just go south, go south, go south, go south, go south to basically the border of Egypt. And at the like southernmost point, there is the only like access from Gaza to Egypt. Like it's the only border gate, whatever specifically it's called. Israel has been telling Palestinians to go there. You know, like it doesn't matter that your home is being bombed. If you just go there, you'll be fine. It is desert space where people that have had homes are now living in tents. And on Super Bowl Sunday specifically, Israel decided to carpet bomb Rafah. It's the city of Rafah. Because of everything that Israel is doing, Rafah is the most densely populated city in the entire world. That's across countries, across continents. The most densely populated city in the entire world. And Israel has now carpet bombed them. And the Super Bowl Sunday is the like most recent of like carpet bombing that I personally am aware of, but I'm sure there's going to be more bombing if there hasn't been already. And during the Super Bowl, Israel played an ad talking about how they're the victims. And the United States just like let that happen. It's like I believe the Super Bowl is the most watched like sporting event in the world. And Israel was able to, first of all, purchase an ad, period, which shouldn't have even been fucking allowed to begin with. But they were able to purchase an ad space and play an ad uninterrupted, talking about how they are the victims because of hostages or whatever. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you, if you're curious about like where I stand on like the hostage situation and Hamas and all that, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't give a single fuck about either one. What I care about is the genocide that Israel is committing. Because specifically in the United States, which is where I live, my president and my government is funding it. They, oh God, what was the number? I mean, the United States keeps giving money to Israel, and all the Freudian slips of specifically our president, but then like plenty of other people in the United States talking about how they're definitely siding with Israel, but like still pretending like they're kind of not because they're worried about the hostages and Hamas, they're terrorists. I don't fucking care anymore. I don't care. Our president said our military operation when talking about what is happening with Israel. So yeah, we're funding it. So much money. When I can get the accurate number, I didn't write anything down with me ahead of time. I should have, but I'll put the like number, the like newest number of how much money we've sent to Israel, here. So keep that in mind if you live in the United States. That much money that could have gone to helping unhoused people, feeding any part of this country, like public works projects, education, Medicare, just like healthcare in general. There was a specific one I'm looking for. Medicaid, that's the one. Helping the elderly, helping disabled people, like anything at all. No, we're sending it to a country that's actively committing genocide. For all of us to watch. Palestine has been under Israeli, like attack, is occupation the right word? But attack, for, is it 75 years? 75 years. And this is not the first time that Israel has like committed horrific acts against the people of Palestine. And mind you, Israel keeps claiming that Palestine is like holy land and like rightfully theirs, but like you don't fucking create you don't like create like a new holy land and like new whatever on the graves of innocent people, especially children. Because also the genocide on Palestine, the most like the biggest percentage of victims is children, and I believe it's 80 to 100%. There's like, I know there's a specific percentage, but again, I don't have it written down at the moment, but it's mostly children. 80 to 100% of the victims are children. No other war has ever done that, because it's a genocide. And this is not the first time Israel's done shit like this, but it's the first time that we have access to it. Like around the world, we have access to it. And yet there are still people that are claiming that Israel are innocent and no, they're hostages. Hamas are terrorists. I don't. If you genuinely think, like, I'm going to be mean. If you genuinely think that Israel has any right whatsoever to do anything at all, like out of everything we've seen since October 7th, which is, again, not the beginning of all of this. It's been years. It's been fucking decades. But if you think that anything from the beginning of October 7th to, you know, now when this video is going up to whenever they decide that they can finally just like relax, I guess, if you think any of it is justified at all in any way, shape, or form, even the most like minuscule reason, then you can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck yourself and you can get off my page forever. Because this is, I don't even have words. I don't even have words. Because again, specifically in the United States, our government doesn't fucking care. Our government's not going to help anybody. We're not the good guys. Propaganda works, unfortunately. Don't be embarrassed to admit that propaganda works, because it fucking does. Because this country has always viewed themselves as the saviors, and, you know, if anything happens, like, what would happen to us? Nothing. Nothing's happening to us. Because we're funding it. We're funding it. We're putting our money, like our tax dollars, into it. And like, yes, there are horrible things happening to the citizens of this country in this country. That's a whole other thing. But we're watching a genocide happen. like all over the world. And we're not the only country that's just like okay with it and sending them money and vetoing ceasefire. We're not. But unfortunately, if we're not definitely the most powerful, we're probably one of the most powerful countries in the United States again. And that's not even to say about Sudan and Congo, which Sudan is in a complete media blackout. Like, Palestine has gone through some of them, but because we have more access to information about Palestine, we've been able to help with eSIMs and everything, but Sudan is in a complete media blackout. And I honestly, like, me personally, and this is a fault of my own, this is no one else's fault, this is a fault of my own, I don't have a lot of information about the Democratic Republic of Congo. I don't have a lot of information on that personally, and that is a fault of my own. That's something I need to educate myself on much more. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like, as little education as I have for both Sudan and Congo, genocides. They're also genocides that are just fucking happening, and the United States could do anything about that. Anything at all. Even just to, like, our government going, hey, that's fucked up, and we're gonna step in. That would get people scared. That would get the fucking people that are doing this scared. We won't. Instead, we'll send them money and we'll support them and call it our military operation. Yeah, that's what this fucking country is. It's a joke. I wanted to make this video because, like I said, the little video I wanted to put out today, obviously I would have put in like infographic before, after, and like in the middle of like the silly goofy video. I had even planned to, like, because it was like a skit thing, I even planned to like break off in the middle of the skit and like talk instead of just putting an infographic. But then it was like, like I said, I don't want to post that video. I don't want to fucking post it because people aren't listening. And everybody, because, like, I'm guilty of this too. I'm not specifically calling out anybody who's watching this, but I am guilty of the, like, oh, but I'm just one person, like, what can I do? But if everybody thinks I'm just one person, what can I do? Then nobody does anything. You know? It's the idea of a drop in a bucket full. And if you continue to be another drop in a bucket that is full, it's going to pour over. Something can happen. Something can change. This is the, as I say in every time I do something like this, like, which is every video, this is the bullshit bare minimum of what I can do, which is talking about Palestine, which is talking about the genocide, because the United States government and Israel want us to not fucking talk about it anymore. They want to go about it in peace. They want to distract us, which is probably why, almost definitely why, they carpet bombed Rafah during the Super Bowl, because everybody's distracted. Nobody's paying attention because, like, oh my God, the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift and blah, 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 blah. Like, nobody, like, I don't fucking care. They want us to be distracted. They want us to be. And that's why I talk about it. That's why I make these videos, because I'm not going to let myself or any of you that watch me, because you watch me, you're subscribed to me, whatever, you obviously decent human beings, I like to imagine. You obviously care if you sit through and watch these videos. And, like, also everybody that comments, like, the people that comment on my videos that are going like, oh, thank you so much for speaking on this, please don't thank me. It is the bullshit bare minimum. I could probably do so much more, and this is what I'm choosing to do to help. I also wanted to, I don't want to not feature a content creator in this video, but instead of talking about the content creator I was going to talk about, I'm going to talk about this content creator. Her name is Jordan. And she's much more, like, she speaks much more, like, intelligently about things like this than I do, because I feel like I just, like, ramble word vomit, and she has all of her facts laid out, and she knows what the fuck she's talking about. So you should definitely go check her out on TikTok. She may have Instagram. I don't personally know off the top of my head, but I obviously will post any of her social medias, any links that I can provide, I will. That way you can go follow her. Incredible. She's gorgeous, like, first and foremost, but then also she knows what the fuck she's talking about when it comes to Palestine and this genocide and everything. Like, she knows the facts. So, I'm also going to put in the description Operation Olive Branch. It's a link that brings you to like a Google Drive. I think that's what it is. It's a Google Drive that, sorry, I should say this. For anybody in Palestine, in Rafah specifically, that is trying to evacuate, the only way out of Palestine is that like tiny southernmost part of Rafah to Egypt. And it is an exorbitant fee to cross over, which I think is absolute bullshit on Egypt's part. I think that's so fucked up because depending on what they do and don't do, I doubt that Israel's going to leave them alone, you know? So it's an exorbitant fee to get from Rafah to Egypt. So Operation Olive Branch is like a spreadsheet with families, individuals, whatever, all with GoFundMes, all with like donation links to help them get the money they need to pay the fee to cross over into Egypt so that they can get medical care, so that they can just maybe fucking have some peace and quiet. Like, you know what I mean? Just like anything to help them. And I know it's tax season. I know money is tight. Believe me, I live in this country. I live in the United States. Money is a fucking nightmare at any given point. But if you have anything that you can do, $1 is more helpful than nothing, you know? So I will put that in the description as well. I'll probably put it at the top of the description so that you can donate anything that you can. And I feel like there's so much more to say, but I just don't. Like I said, I should have written something down ahead of time, and I didn't. But ideally, I should have worn a different color. I was going to say, ideally, the thumbnail and everything will trick the YouTube algorithm into pushing this out a little bit more so that more people see it, not just people that I'm subscribed to. Out of most content creators on the internet, like, look at me, I'm a white woman. I am probably the least likely to have any videos or anything suppressed. However, I do worry, speaking about, you know, Palestine, Gaza, the genocide, and calling it exactly what it is, which is a fucking genocide. I do worry that my videos will be suppressed and not as many people will see them. And like I said, this is the bullshit bare minimum that I can do. So I would like more people to see this. So ideally, the thumbnail and everything will trick the algorithm into pushing it out a little bit more, and any help is better than no help. Talking about it is better than nothing else. Because our government's not doing anything. Our government's actively helping. Our government's actively helping the genocide if you live in the United States. So you talking about it, you sharing information is better than what a fucking government's gonna do. And that's not just for the United States. Like I said, it's countries all over the world at this point, but I can speak on the United States the most because I fucking live here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Maybe give this video a like to boost it a little bit more so that more people can see it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.